If you're in your early 30s and you're just going about life happy, it's good to be happy. But I wish that somebody sat me down seriously and gave me the advice I'm going to share today. Hello, hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you all doing? My name is Lua. If this is the first time that you've come across one of my videos, hi. I'm going to be sharing the things that I wish I did in my 30s. By the way, I'm not 40 yet. I've got a month left to go, and believe you me, I have only realized this in the past year or two. So let's talk about the things that everybody said but I did not even pay attention to. Before I go in there, I just want to say that if this is the first time that you've perhaps watched one of my videos, my name is Lua. I'm a content creator based in the United Kingdom. I do videos on day-to-day lifestyle vlogs. I also try to help add value by doing content on personal improvement and, more importantly, my weight loss journey as a mom of 4. Now, let's talk about the topic at hand, and if you find this video at the end helpful, you know what to do. I am approaching 40, and at the beginning of this year I started a series of leveling up in your 30s, and I'd shared different things that I wish that I knew before now. But I'm going to talk to you guys directly now, the things that I wish I did when I was in my early 30s or while I was 30, the things I believe I wasted away. And the first thing I'll say is take more risk. You could take risk in your 20s, but you're not in that position, because when you're 30, you probably have finished school and just started working. I was very cautious. I was the typical girl who believed that I'll finish school, and most of us are, and get employed and just live life happily ever after. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's a lot more that I could have gained by just being slightly more adventurous. I don't mean being callous and getting into debt, no. Being more risky in your 30s, because you don't have as much commitment. When I talk about risk, I don't say go out and spend money callously, go to Las Vegas and do all whatnot. I'll talk about risk as an entrepreneur, as a business person. If you look at most business people, they actually started about that time and made it. So that's the time when you can afford to take a lot of financial risk that will benefit you, because if you don't go for it, you don't get it. If you don't risk it, you don't gain it. Investing in the things that will yield you fruits should really be done at that age, because you have a lot of ideas. You don't have kids to worry about. Perhaps you do, but most people in their early 30s are just beginning to navigate around life, especially now that people get married much later. I'll say do all of those things. That's the first thing. I did not take risk, and I want you guys to think about that business that you've always wanted to do and go for it, mate. You will not regret it. Another very important thing that I've learned is the word forgiveness. Forgiveness. I've talked about forgiveness a lot lately because I'm going through a period of self-discovery, discovering myself and finding out the things that I wish I did better. I am learning to let go of anger. And I think that if you hold a lot of anger, you might have issues that you're not even aware. You might be going through some sort of trauma. You might be going through trust issues that counseling might or might not help. So if that's the case, maybe consider that. You feel lighter. You feel like there's this burden you've been carrying and you've literally just dropped it off. Because if you don't learn to forgive now, you will get older and have no friends. I'm not saying that you should forgive everybody who hurts you, but being more compassionate, being more understanding, it goes a long, long way. And the third thing that I've learned, which is something that I've been hearing, being a mom, my circumstances were different. At 30, I already had 3 kids. But when I'm growing up and I'm discovering life, I'm learning about behavioral patterns and people. And I know for a fact that most of what we do is shaped by our childhood. Childhood really shapes a lot of what we become tomorrow. So I'm talking now about those who are parents. If you're a parent now and there are certain things that you were taking for granted, think about the impact it will have on your kids. the values that you instill in your kids really early on is what they'll live with. If you think about any psychopaths or people who have had all sorts of mental challenges, in prisons and all sorts, they always have one common denominator. Either a parent that was not with them properly, they could be at home, in a home together with both parents, but they're not present. You know what it means to have a daddy and a father? Don't be a father, don't be a mother, be a mommy and a daddy. So if you're younger and you're having kids now, give them the best, give them your all. This leads me to the next point, is that if you are a family person, they grow quickly. I'm talking and I'm very emotional because having young kids, when they were younger, I was so frustrated pursuing what I don't know, and in front of me, most of them have grown up. I used to give my big boy cuddles to my baby for a long time. He can't even, it's different. So please treasure the times that you have with your kids. It is the most important years for them. I think the first 15 years, first 10 years of their lives, give them it. Everything else will still be waiting for you when you need to pursue it. The other thing that I've learned is looking after myself. I could chat about this all day. I remember there's a point that I'll go out, have a full face on, I'll just go and sleep. And I did not even think about self-care. Look, self-care could mean a lot. It could mean just having a soak in the bath. It could mean just turning your phone and going for a spa. It could mean going to bed early. It could mean several things. It could just mean your facial routine. And if I knew what I know now, looking after myself, using SPF, sun protector. Being an African, we don't think that dark people need it, but we do. Those are little things. I know that it might sound like it's obvious. Maybe people now are more woke, but we were not. And only about 5 years ago, I realized that your skin, looking after yourself, was a very, very, very strong point, like a woman, that you should have. The other thing, second to the last point, is your health. I've always been very conscious, luckily enough, to know what to eat, what not to eat, because I've battled with my weight all my life. But now the little things that I do, knowing about fasting and how we could heal chronic diseases, how we could reverse certain things like diabetes and hypertension, just knowing that maybe not eating all the time when you're hungry makes a difference. You don't have to be thin to be healthy. You could just live a healthy life and pick the right things to eat. It goes a long way. If I knew this early on, only 5 years ago, I would not be battling with my weight every time I had a child. I will live a more fulfilled life and I'll exercise more. You don't have to go lift weights. You can just walk more. Do what we did pre-COVID. Do what we did in the primitive times. And let's eat less junk food. The other thing that I've learned is stop being hard on myself. Honestly, that compassion I talked about and forgiveness, I have learned to forgive me my own self. I'm not perfect. I'm so far from perfect. I have all these flaws. And I embrace them because that is life. So I've stopped being hard on myself, setting things that I'll never ever do. Life is easy. It was never meant to stress anybody. So I'm learning to take things a day at a time. My spirit, my attitude, very, very, very mellow. This leads me to my next point of not really caring about people. We all say this, but we do care. Older people care. Our parents' ages, they care even more. I don't care. I don't care because I feel like life is so short and it's about you. It's about what makes you happy. Those who make you and those who matter to you. It's a handful. I always say this. And before now, I shot a video about being lonely. And this is very close to what I've just said. Very few people are your actual friends. If you want to see that video, it'll be pinned here or at the end of this video. You can watch it. It's very, very informative. You know that you will live life to the fullest with no regrets. And then the other thing close to this is it's okay to make mistakes. That's what I talked about, risk. Make mistakes, do them, and that'll be fine. The last but one point, things that I wish I knew in my 30s, is the power of the tongue and affirmations. I've spoken again about this. Affirmations are really, really important. Meditating, spending time alone without necessarily praying, just meditating and affirmations. Everybody is so big on affirmations nowadays, but it's always been the secret to success, but we did not know about this. If I knew what I know now, things would be done a whole lot different. So think about it. Speak positive affirmations. I am great. I'm Lua. I'll make it. I'm the best. I'm God's gift. I am magnificent. and you'll feel that way. It might sound cliche, but it works. And the last thing before I go quickly is I would have started a YouTube channel. In my early 30s, life was crazy at the time. I was having kids back to back, there's entertainment, and that is where the real gold mine is if you're looking to pursue that. The memories that you have on YouTube will be there forever. Your kids can see, not just because it is a good side hustle, and I think I'm a good storyteller, but why not? If you have the time, it doesn't have to be 4 or 5 videos a week. You can start gradually, but everybody should start a channel, which I started before. I love it, and I'm going to actually share as well how YouTube has changed my life as a small YouTuber, which you can see at the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like, consider subscribing. I have videos that would impress or educate any viewer. So thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video. And if you think about anything that you believe you should have done in your 30s that I missed out, please feel free to add it underneath. And thanks for watching.